Candace Owens was a victim of racial attack by some boys in high school when she was in high school?
Yeah, then she got arrested for harassing them back, if I understand.
Well,
if I remember right. Yeah.
Right, but remember, and you know that she sued the school district. Remember that?
Yeah.
And got about $30,000, I don't know, $21,000, whatever. She got that. In my opinion, that sealed the deal right there. That event, that transgression, let's just say from sophomore to senior year, that sealed the deal. Everything else behind there, everything before then was all locked in right there in those 36 months because she found out that being a victim pays. Candace is just reliving the last 2 years of high school. It's like Groundhog's Day. Just that mean girl. I have daughters, and I can tell you right now, mean girl thing is real. It is real. And I've seen it with their peer group, their friend group. When they get turned up, man, it is something different. I try to keep my daughters away from it, but I'm just like, man, like it's like she's reliving that little segment of life where you're a little bit autonomous. So you're getting out here, you're able to go to the game by yourself, you're able to drive, you get your little parking spot at the school, and you're just mean and vicious. Girls are different. Girls are mean to each other at a different level than boys are. And
That's true.
If you're a parent in the chat, go ahead and say amen, because I know I'm right. You can go ahead.
I've also dated women, so I've had friends that are women also, and yeah, it is something that guys cannot relate to. It takes a long time for us to see it because they're always 10 steps ahead of us. So if they're manipulating things and doing friendship wars, you usually don't see it if you're a guy like me, unless you have a sister. I don't have a sister until it's too late. And you're like, oh, I see this was in motion for months. But you make a point that I'm now thinking that might be worth exploring on a more deeper level, because I would say, yeah, she acts like the mean girls. Like I've made that comparison, but you said she might be stuck there. And I'm wondering, maybe is there a psychological condition we can tie to it? Maybe something happened there.
I must tell you. I'm going to tell you.
Stuck like that.
I'm going to tell you. Again, this is Jason, based upon information and belief. Ryan, do you know that Candace Owens was a victim of racial attack by some boys in high school when she was in high school?
Yeah, then she got arrested for harassing them back, if I understand. If I remember right. Yeah.
Right, but remember, and you know that she sued the school district. Remember that?
Yeah.
And got about $30,000, I don't know, $21,000, whatever. She got that. In my opinion, that sealed the deal right there. That event, that transgression, let's just say from sophomore to senior year, that sealed the deal. Everything else behind there, everything before then was all locked in right there in those 36 months because she found out that being a victim pays. And being a mean girl pays. And she got all of this clout. She got, there was a press conference, the news was all around it. And the great thing about it is everything was sealed. So nobody can go back now and look and find out who were the boys, what did they say? Can we hear the audio? What did they show? What was the evidence? None of that is available. So she literally was just springboarded out onto the stage, if you will. Now there's tons of variations of this. Yeah. There's tons of variations of this, but I really believe that she's just reliving this over and over and over again. Take this situation and apply it to Turning Point. She said something about the failed art student of Germany got run out of Turning Point. She goes to Glenn Beck, gets run out of there. Goes to Ben Shapiro, gets run out of there. And the same thing just keeps happening over and over and over again. The common thread is Candace Amber Owens. That's it.
So how come other people will have things like that happen at that age? Why would she be stuck? And especially with the struggles she's had that are self-inflicted over and over, why would that result in an inability to learn at all?
So let me real quick. I apologize. It was PragerU. I apologize. I said Glenn Beck.
Right.
That's it. PragerU. Sorry about that. But I mean, we could look into her family structure. They had some family turmoils that everybody has. Nobody who's been alive for 3 minutes and 8 seconds has not had something some kind of family struggle, some kind of family turmoil. Everybody's not living sunshine and rainbows. So, but I don't think that because of some key elements, because she also tells a lot of stories about her family. But do you know the family that she talks about the most, Ryan?
No.
Her grandfather.
I remember her saying that she was mostly raised by like grandfather or something like that.
So what's the logical question that one would ask if I told you, Ryan, that I was raised by my grandfather?
That my parents, there's a problem there.
There's a problem.
Yeah, then the idea
there's
what
a
it
problem
was?
with my mom and dad, and we don't know what the problem was.
We never see them. We never hear about them.
And we also never hear about
parents, you know?
And we never hear about grandma. We hear about granddad. Now,
Right.
I have family members. I have loved ones that are in my life that were raised with their grandmothers. They'll extol their grandmothers, especially the highly melanated community, Black people. We tend to extol our grandmothers more than our grandfathers. But you hear about the granddad. You rarely hear me say I was raised by my granddad. A lot of people say I was raised by my grandma. And again, this is just a little bit of semantics, but it just doesn't comport with.
Interesting.
It doesn't comport with Black culture. It doesn't comport with Black society. It doesn't comport. Most people say I was raised by my grandmother, and of course, granddad was there. Granddad was out in the field working. Granddad was down at the mechanic shop. Granddad's a part of it, but most people would look at grandma and say I was raised by my grandmother. She was raised by her granddad. Where's your grandma? And better question, where's your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Because periodically throughout the stories, she'll bring up mom and dad. Mom will pop up. I'm sorry, she'll bring up mom. Mom will pop up, but why are you with your granddad then?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. So these are things that I just like, hey, maybe we should unpack you just as much as you unpacked Erica and your false, phony, and fake analysis of Erica. Maybe we should look into you. But this is the last thing that I bring up to people. I think a lot of the stuff that she does is projection. A lot of it.
Well, yeah.
And we know that a lot of the things that Candace, like the subject that Candace loves the most, that she gets the most fulfillment out of is what, Ryan?
Candace.
So if she can't talk about Candace, because it might cue off to me people, if all I talk about is Jason, but maybe I'll just talk about bald Black men with really nice beards, wearing an olive green polo shirt, talking loud in their studio outside of their kitchen. Now, I'm not talking about me, but boy, those olive polo shirt wearers, man, they really are great people. They're great. And I bet you they're really great dads. And they probably name their kids some really funny names about their kids. And, they're probably great. And, they're probably going to go walking after they get off their live stream, whenever they, if they live stream, of course. I'm not saying they do, but they probably will. And man, they're just great people. Notice I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
But I'm projecting it on everybody else. So if you take this, just take a second. Again, I could be wrong, y'all. Email management. Look at what she says about Erica and just ask yourself, does this apply to Candace more than Erica?
Yeah.
Because you do realize she's saying things authoritatively about Erica.
Yep.
Now, the logical thing is you'd have to wonder, how do you know that? She has gone into the Dr. Strange, into the mind. She's doing Xavier. She's doing Dr. Xavier, like reading people's brains. How do you do that? How do you know what Erica thinks?
Right.
Unless it's what you actually think.
Now, why wouldn't she? It's so apparent, that between that and her inability to see these patterns and like, I'm being mean, because there's even a quote where, like, I have the clip where she says, "Oh, I used to be a bad person. I was just mean." Okay, so she knows that about herself. She probably, in her mind, improved a little bit, and she thinks it's a mile, and it's really just an inch of improvement. But I still, and it might just be because I don't have daughters and I don't have a sister, but I'm still trying to understand, like, all those elements. Like, I understand the trauma. I can understand why that would lead to poor judgment. The inability to be self-aware and learn from these behaviors resulting in failures that are painful. I still don't understand what the cause of that is.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. And again, Actually, we talked about it in the opening salvo, Ryan. It's pride. It's arrogance. That the belief that I'm always right. That woman says stuff that is so wrong. A literal toddler could point out the errors sometimes of what Candace says. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.